Yes, please, Almas.
Sure.
Yeah. So, a very good evening, everyone. As per the India time, and good morning, Beth. Once again, I welcome all of you on behalf of ICAE. I'm Almas, and I'll be your host for this session. Today, we have with us Ms. Beth Natley, Director, Student Recruitment of University of Windsor, and Student Recruitment Advisor, Ms. Niharika Kataria, University of Windsor. So they will today discuss about the university in particular and Canada as the ideal study destination for you in general. So Ms. Beth, I think you will be starting with the presentation now.
Terrific. Thank you, Almas. I really appreciate the invitation. Can everyone hear me okay? I guess if you are having any difficulty, the suggestion would be to put something into the chat box or into the question and answer. And we will do our best to answer your questions, but we are both delighted to be here today. Thank you very much for the invitation. My name is Beth Natal. I'm the Director of Student Recruitment at the University of Windsor, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to our wonderful spot. University of Windsor is, I maybe ask Niharika to advance the slide. The first thing I wanted to just draw to your attention are some reasons why Canadian education may be the right fit for you. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is having very safe and healthy communities where our international students are very much considered to be a part of our community. We are a very welcoming and diverse and multicultural society. So you'll find very quickly in Canada, there are people from all over the world who've made Canada their home, either as a part of, as a temporary spot for their education, or have moved to Canada for a more permanent path. So it is a very affordable spot to live in relative to other parts of the world. And that also applies to our university education system. Affordable tuition and the cost of living, I think you'll find is also a plus. In terms of the education and the level of education that you will find at in Canada, it is superb. We pride ourselves on the quality of the education and the range of programming that we offer right across the board. The University of Windsor specifically is a comprehensive university, and we offer both undergraduate programs as well as graduate and professional level programs, which span master's research-based as well as course-based, go into PhD programs, as well as professional programs such as law and education. You'll see on the screen that we were established in 1954. So that may sound as though we're a very contemporary university. So certainly we do have some fantastic and very contemporary facilities, but it is important to know that the University of Windsor has a very long tradition. We were founded as Assumption College many, many years prior to 1954. So we have very deep roots in our community, and we take great pride in the contributions that we've made to our surroundings. You'll see on the screen that we have about 16,000 students. That means that we're about mid-size in comparison to other Canadian universities. In my mind, if you are familiar with sort of the children's stories, I like to consider us the Goldilocks side of size of schools. We're right in the middle. We've got the best of both worlds. We are small enough to be personalized in the way that we approach student service and education, but we're large enough to be able to attract the research dollars and the investment that makes us a force to reckon with. The last thing I want to draw to your attention is over on the right-hand side where you'll see 200 plus clubs. One of the things that you'll find very quickly in our remote setting currently, as well as our in-person setting, which we are more familiar with, we have a lot of opportunity for our students to be very invested and very engaged in their education while they're at the university, not just in their classes, but well beyond that, and making it a really fulsome and exciting experience. Specifically, Windsor, Ontario. We are located in southwestern Ontario, and Windsor itself is in the heart of that region. We are about a 4-hour drive from Toronto, so very accessible to Canada's largest centre, but far enough removed so that you feel as though you're not quite in the middle of the urban centres that comprises. Windsor itself is is considered to be one of Canada's top safest communities. And one of the things that I have found as a relative newcomer to the area, I love the diversity. We are the fourth most diverse city in Canada. And what that means is you'll see people that have come to Windsor from all over the world, and their cultures are very, very well represented in the dining in restaurants that you can access, in the community organizations that exist. It's a really rich place to be in terms of the experience that you'll have. The other thing that I find really fantastic is the physical location of the city as well as the university. We are located on an international border. We are literally a stone's throw away from Detroit, Michigan, which is a very, and that places us within two different very commercial hubs, both the Toronto-Windsor corridor, Toronto, Montreal, and Windsor corridor for commerce, but also we are very close to other very major cities in the US as well. So that really puts us in a real sweet spot. The other thing that you'll find very quickly is our climate. On the screen, you'll see that we are the same latitude as Northern California. And what that has meant for me as a newcomer to Windsor is that we have 7 months of short sleeve weather. So it is fantastic if you enjoy the warmer climates. And while you'll have an opportunity to experience all 4 seasons, the warmer weather is probably the longest of the seasons. I'll ask Niharika. In terms of the University of Windsor itself, there are a few things that I want to draw to your attention. I've spoken to the mid-sized university. In my mind, that is a big win because it means you're going to have a very personalized experience. You'll have a chance to get to know the others studying alongside you, as well as your teaching assistants and your professors and your researchers. But you'll also know that the university is large enough to attract the research investment that is required to really make us a leader in terms of developing new knowledge for the world's biggest problems. In terms of facilities, state of the art, I'll use the Center for Engineering Innovation as one of my examples. It's been around for about 5 years, and it is an absolutely fantastic spot to study in and to learn in and to research in. And it's only one of many very new facilities that really allow us to provide our students with that experience that will really launch them into their careers. The other thing I want to draw to your attention is the ability to work on or off campus during your studies. I have the pleasure of working with a group of students in my own office. We have about 12 students with us throughout the year as student ambassadors. And I would say a third of those students are actually international students. So I'm just drawing on memory, and Niharika can help me with this. But Rabia is from India, we've got Leela, who is from Uganda in Africa, and we've got Natalia, who is from Mexico. So right in my own department, I have the wonderful opportunity to work alongside some absolutely fantastic students who, for me, I have the opportunity to learn from them. But for them, it's really, really important, particularly those that are from outside of Canada, to have the opportunity to engage in a workplace setting in Canada, to gain that context and to understand the skills and the, I guess, the customs and the nuances that are part of the work environment within Canada, so that if they are interested in remaining in Canada beyond graduation to use their postgraduate work permit, they have those experiences prior to graduation. So in my mind, it's an exceptional spot. The other thing I want to draw to your attention is international students are very much a part of our community, and as such, we have some wonderful supports in place right from the moment we meet you. So you'll have, over the coming months, you'll have many opportunities to meet Niharika and myself and some of our other teammates as you are going through the decision-making process. But you'll also, as you get closer to beginning studies with us, you'll have an opportunity to learn more about the things that will be really, really important to you as you begin to settle into the University of Windsor. And then while you're there, there's an ongoing series of supports, and Niharika is going to speak to them a little bit more in depth, but it gives you that sense that you're not on your own. You're very much part of our community, and we have a very strong commitment to making sure that you are successful both in your academic pursuits, but also in that one of the biggest reasons you're there is to have that international experience, and we take that very seriously. We pride ourselves in being able to welcome you to our community and to make sure that you're feeling supported all the way through. Niharika's put a few things on the screen.
Yep.
Niharika, feel welcome to jump in at any time if you would like to
I will
speak
take
to
it
these
forward
things.
from here, Beth. I'll take it forward from
you're
here, Beth.
on, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Beth. All right, guys. So I'll take it forward from here. I'll just switch off my camera because my internet is playing havoc since morning, so that the internet is stable while I'm presenting, and then I'll switch it on when we have our Q&A section. So I thought the top 10 reasons to choose Windsor while you are making that selection, you are shuffling between countries and universities and Canadian universities. These are some of the reasons that you should choose Windsor as a study option. First reason, and a very important reason, I have stayed away from family. I have stayed away from my comfort zone. So the 4 years that you're going to spend at the university, you will definitely make friends for life. You will make those bonds that will last you a lifetime. The second reason is the kind of small class sizes that we try and maintain, which Beth initially highlighted upon. In order to get that connection between the professors and the students, we try and maintain a very small class size. For example, the ratio between students and professors is around 29:1, an average ratio, so that the professors are able to give you adequate attention and guide you throughout your stay at the university. They are the best people, they are the best mentors that you can have at the university and at your faculties. The clubs and societies, which Beth has already spoken about, there are plenty of options that you can look at in order to hone your skills, your hobbies. You can be a part of the theater club, the music society, the athletics club, loads of options that you can choose. Apart from your academics, there are voluntary clubs as well, where you can associate yourself with all voluntary organizations, and you can put in a few hours doing some voluntary service there. So loads of opportunities for you while you are studying at the university. It is a very modern campus and a very tightly knit campus. Like we highlighted in the first few slides, that we try and give you a very safe and diverse community. We try and give you a very healthy community too. It is a connected community. There's a lot of interaction between various departments, various faculties. And afterwards, when you have time, you can go and have a look at our campus. There is a campus tour available on our website. So you can go and see the kind of modern amenities that we have, the state-of-the-art teaching facilities that we have within our faculties. The kind of research that we undertake at the university is also pretty good. From the undergrad level, the Faculty of Science has a lot of research options. The other faculties also have many research options. So starting from your second, third year, when you choose your specializations, you can get into the research aspect. And for those of you who are interested in pursuing the research path, you have plenty of options available starting from the undergrad level itself. Moving on to the hands-on learning aspect of our program, which is a very integral part of quite a few of our courses. I wanted to highlight the kind of opportunities that you will get while you are studying on the 4-year degrees. There will be co-op opportunities, there will be a lot of field placements, community service learning opportunities, research and applied research opportunities while you are studying with us. In that 4-year degree, you will get options starting from your second year onwards. When you choose your specialization, you will be able to associate yourself with one of these options in your undergrad degree itself. Benefits of having co-ops, I know a lot of Canadian universities offer these opportunities. Windsor also does. And the benefits of having these opportunities, which prepare you for the job market. It will be something beyond the classroom studies that you have. It is learning outside the classroom, but in the related area. It is very different from the part-time work opportunities that you can get. Part-time work can be anywhere, can be in stores, restaurants, markets, anywhere you can find part-time work. But the co-op opportunities, the experiential learning opportunities are something that will help you in gaining that experience related to your academic program. You will also be able to network with employers or professionals in your field of study. The kind of placements our students have had have been very good. The co-op placements mostly are paid, so you should be able to earn some extra money while you are doing these co-ops. You can explore different career options also. So in a 4-year degree, you have the opportunity of doing 1, 2, or 3 co-ops. So you can do it in different areas and identify your goals, your career path while you're doing these co-ops. The co-op work terms that you do while you're studying at the university will be recognized on your transcript. So they will be mentioned, and when you are approaching employers after you complete your program, they will be able to see that these are the kind of co-ops, these are the kind of companies that you have worked with, and the kind of experience that you are getting along with your academic degree. Moving on to the programs that we offer, I have listed the ones which are popular in this particular region. So we have business related courses in the Bachelor of Commerce. You can specialize in various different areas like accounting, finance, entrepreneurship, human resource, etc. We also have the Bachelor of Sciences, where you can choose courses beyond the traditional physics, chemistry, biology. You can go into biotechnology, biochemistry. Computer science is one of the popular options at the university. It also has a co-op. So our Bachelor of Commerce programs, our computer science programs, and our engineering programs have co-ops embedded in it. So you would get that opportunity to do at least 2 to 3 co-ops while you are studying in these areas. The Bachelor of Engineering, the applied sciences and engineering that we have, has various specializations like civil, electrical, environmental, industrial. Mechanical has its own core specializations. We are very strong in automotive, aerospace, materials engineering, environmental engineering. So there are plenty of options to choose within the engineering faculty. One of the popular faculties in India, in the region that we are here right now. And a lot of students want to choose these programs. They are choosing between various universities, and Windsor is one of the universities which has 8 to 10 options within the engineering faculty. The Bachelor of Human Kinetics that we offer is related to your rehabilitation and physiotherapy aspect. So you have specializations in movement sciences, sports psychology, etc. The Bachelor of Arts and Humanities, that is the biggest faculty at the University of Windsor. 55% of our global leaders come with a degree in Bachelor of Arts and Humanities. So if you are interested in being a leader in your country, in Canada, in anywhere else in the world, these are the programs that you should go in for. International relations, political science, sociology are some of the popular programs at the university. Moving on to the admission requirements, I can see there are a couple of questions about admission requirements. So these requirements are there on your screen. 70 to 80% is what we are looking at. These are Ontario standard requirements, but if you translate it into a CBSE or an ICSE or a state board, it would range between 65 to 70%. So depending on the board that you come from, we have our own conversion scales, and our admission officers look at your mark sheets accordingly. Engineering, sciences, commerce, these faculties will have specific requirements. For example, we need a compulsory maths subject criteria in your engineering, and if you're choosing engineering or commerce or any of the science degrees, so you need to have 11th and 12th maths when you are applying to these particular faculties. You can get onto our website or write to me, and I'll give you more details about these specific requirements. The IELTS requirement is there, 6.5 IELTS overall with nothing less than 6 in each band. It is mandatory because without the IELTS, you will not get your visa. So you need to have the IELTS score in place in order to get the visa for Canada. We have a lot of scholarships and awards to offer to our international students. They range between 1,000 to 10,000 Canadian dollars. These are the international entrance scholarships. They are competitive, but we do have the option for you. If you have had very good scores in your 10th and 12th boards, you should be eligible. Once you submit your application, you have your student ID in place. Just write to me, and we will try and give you some sort of scholarship, provided you have the required percentage in your 10th and 12th. So it is merit based and open for all international students. Moving on to residences, which is again going to be a very important part of your stay in Canada. We have around 4 different residential halls where you have a lot of facilities. They are very safe and secure buildings that we have there. It is a closely knit community. There is a lot of support service around when you are staying with us on campus. Right now, we are trying to give some support to people who need to quarantine themselves. So we have earmarked a building at the university's campus where students can stay and quarantine for 14 days, and they will be provided with a lot of facilities by our accommodation services. So we try and support you at every step while you are staying with us in our residential halls. These are some of the nitty-gritties that you might look at when you are applying to our residences. You will have the options of choosing your roommates. You will have the options of choosing a meal plan. All our residences are fitted with the kind of facilities, the laundry facility, common lounges with cable TV, kitchens have microwaves, and all the basic necessary things that you would need while you are staying there. There are more than 900 rooms on offer, and once you have the offer letter from the university, you can apply to the residences also. There are deadlines, obviously, so you'll have to apply within a particular time period once you receive the offer letter. This picture I wanted to put in this presentation because it is really attractive, and it gives you a feel of what to expect when you're going to the university. Loads of faces to see here. This is a bunch of year 3 students, where you can see Indians, where you can see Africans, you can see people from various different nationalities. So this is the kind of experience that you will get at Windsor, a totally international experience that you are looking for when you are applying to universities abroad. These are my contact details. You may take a screenshot and get in touch with me once we are done with the presentation. Later on, if you need any help in terms of applying to the university, please feel free to get in touch with me. The ask.uwindsor.ca tab that you see on the screen, that is a very important tool. It actually works like Google for us. When I get stuck with something and it is nighttime in Canada, I just put in my query in the ask.uwindsor.ca tab, and I get a list of frequently asked questions. So anything to do with registrations, deadlines, the kind of documents you need, the kind of deposits that you need to pay, please feel free to put in your queries, and your queries will definitely be answered. If they're not in the list, one of our teammates will get back to you with the kind of queries that you want to be cleared. I think that's it from our end, Almas. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening to us patiently. I know we've been going on for the past 20-25 minutes. Now we would like to take questions from all of you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Niharika, for a very thorough presentation that you had. Beth, you were saying something?
Yes, if I can just add a couple of things. Thank you for that,
sure,
Niharika. It was wonderful. One of the things that I wanted to draw to your attention is if you look to our future student site on uwindsor.ca, you'll see lots of opportunities for virtual engagement. We would love to meet you virtually. We have upcoming events that are scheduled. We have virtual tours. You'll see also coming soon that the virtual tour is led by a student ambassador. So you'll have a chance to talk live with a student, get some of your questions answered while that individual is showing you around campus. So there's lots coming up in that regard. We're hoping that we can welcome you to campus, but from a distance, and I think that will be a lot of fun. The other thing I mentioned, or that I forgot to mention entirely, and it's one of the favorite things that I have about campus, I mentioned that our proximity to the city of Detroit and the US border, but I forgot to mention the beautiful Riverside campus that we host. And I'm fairly outdoorsy myself. I really enjoy going for a walk or for a bicycle ride. There's a 5-kilometer trail along the Riverside that not only has park and lots of greenery, but it also has a sculpture garden. So it's a very artistic place to be as well, and it's absolutely breathtaking. So those are the two things that I wanted to draw to your attention in terms of the where we are. And the last thing I wanted to draw to your attention is that I really do think that the University of Windsor has a really great opportunity for students to begin their undergraduate studies with us, but also to be thinking about the future, in that we have graduate programs as well as professional programs to ladder you through to pursue your own career path. So there's a lot of different possibilities. Certainly for undergrad, that's typically the starting point, but by no means is that the end point at the University of Windsor. So thank you for that. I thank you for that opportunity to chat a little bit more.
Pleasure is all our, Beth. Thank you for all the information. I can see a lot of questions from the students, and we do also have career counselors of different schools with us.
I can see
So
them. Hi, Swati. Hi, Uzma.
Yeah, so they have a lot of questions. Yeah, and students also, they do also have very valid questions, I must say.
We'll take them up now, Almas.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I can see 2-3 questions in the chat box. I'll just take that first, and then we'll move on to Q&A box.
Sure.
So Swati's question was about scholarship. So she said half of it is already answered. So she says, is there a presidential scholarship with 50% or more as a waiver? The student is a bright IB diploma candidate.
Swati, as we have touched this topic earlier also, if you have a student like this who is very bright and you feel that giving a scholarship will definitely motivate them, do send me the details, and we will try and give him as much scholarship as possible. Obviously, the presidential scholarship is very, very competitive. So we try and give it to the student who best suits the bill or fits the bill. So we will definitely assess him for that. But once you apply and you have a student ID in place, just shoot me an email or a phone call or a WhatsApp, and I'll be happy to recommend the name to our financial awards team, and they will definitely have a look at the application.
Thank you. So I had this question from Dr. Uzma Kamar. She wanted you to go through your scholarship slide once more.
Oh, you want me to go back to the scholarship slide? All right. Oh, there it is. So that's it about the scholarships. It is an entrance scholarship, Dr. Uzma. So it is valid only for the first year. From the second year onwards, again, they would have faculty-specific scholarships, but they will have to have a decent CGPA to be able to get those scholarships. But this scholarship that I highlighted is for students who are entering the university for the first time. They are automatically assessed for these scholarships. They don't have to apply separately. Once their application is into the system and all their documents are in place, we start assessing them. The database picks them up, the students with a good grade and a decent percentage, and our scholarship team, our financial awards team, they start assessing the students for scholarships. So 1st March is our deadline, and after that, we start the assessment once everything is in, all the documents and everything of the applicants. And by May 2nd or 3rd week, we have our first list out. Anything related to this?
No, she says thank you.
All right, excellent.
Yeah, so I guess there was one more question. I guess it was from Nandini, and she is, if I'm right, she is a University of Delhi student, and she wants to know more about the postgraduate courses that you're offering.
All right. So we have loads of postgraduate courses to choose from, more than 65, 70 courses to choose from. So each of the faculties that I highlighted in my presentation, that was specifically for undergrad, because we were under the impression that it is going to be just school students and counselors. But yes, we do have those programs. We have MEng programs, we have MASc programs, we have programs related to sciences, we have programs related to management. There's Masters of Management, MBA, loads of MEng options on offer. We have Arts and Humanities programs at the master's level too. So if you have anything specific in mind, please feel free to write to me and I will send you all the details via an email.
Yeah, Nandini, you can actually write down Niharika's. Yeah, she says thank you. Yeah.
Good.
You can note down Niharika's
email address
and phone number also. You can contact her anytime. So we
Yes.
do have questions from Sushma ma'am also. She is with us. She's an eminent
Hello,
counselor.
ma'am. How are you? Beth Sushma ma'am has been a counselor for a very long time in this industry.
Yeah, she's a very eminent counselor here,
Yes.
based out
Hello,
of
it's so nice to meet
Delhi
you.
NCR. So she says, which are your best majors and what are their requirements?
Best majors. Difficult selection, but yeah, the ones that are popular in this region are definitely the engineering ones, the computer science ones, the commerce ones. So our Odette School of Business has a BCom program which is popular. The computer science program in the Faculty of Sciences is also very popular. Our engineering programs, Windsor, the university is known for automotive and mechanical engineering. So we have a lot of options in this area too. So basically, I mean, top three, if you would ask me, these are the top three. So sciences, computer science, engineering, and BCom. I would go in that order. Beth, do you want to add something to it?
Yeah, no, that's terrific. The only thing I would say is also don't forget about the Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. I think
Yes.
Niharika positioned it very well in that so many of the leaders from across the world have their formal education rooted in the arts and humanities and social sciences as
So do
the sort of
I.
training ground. Yeah, me too. As the training ground for critical thinking, for analysis, for communications, and for really understanding the world around us. So I would say it's a very rich and exciting place to study as well. So don't discount those ones.
Definitely not.
And so do my mom. So so we'll move on to another question from Sushma ma'am. She says, in case there is a student who has done a BTech in electronics engineering, can he go for a master's in data science at University of Windsor?
It will depend on the kind of modules that they have done in the electronics bit. So the admission officer will be the best person to take a decision after having a look at their transcripts. So their transcripts would have, the modules that they have in the 4 years of electronics degree that they have done here. If there are enough in computers and related area, they should be able to transfer. But definitely something in the related field would have a better chance than an electronics background student.
Okay. So next up is Abha. She says, hello ma'am, what is the requirement for an IB student taking psychology?
All right. So, sorry, I missed out on the IB requirements. I highlighted the national boards and the state requirements, state board requirements. But IB, we are looking at a minimum score of 24 in your IB diploma. We need a full diploma. So we are looking at a minimum of 24. That is what a psychology student should also have. If you're going for a BSc in psychology, if you want to opt for that, where you can specialize in neuro and cognitive sciences, you need to have maths, because for any BSc degree, maths is mandatory in 11th and 12th. If not, you can go in for a BA psychology, which is a part of the Faculty of Arts and Humanities, where maths is not mandatory, and there are plenty of other specializations like child development, organizational behavior that you can look at while you're doing the psychology program.
Okay, so just popped a question, Nandini. She is a psychology student, I guess. So she says, what are the requirements for MA in psychology?
Minimum of 70%, Nandini. The only problem area here is that anybody with a bachelor's of psychology from India will have a 3-year degree, whereas we are looking at a 4-year degree if you look at the Canadian education system. So we are looking at 16 years of formal education. Indian students going with bachelor's in arts and humanities or even commerce from India will have a 3-year degree, most of them. Nowadays, there are liberal arts-based universities which are offering 4-year degrees, but the others would have to enroll into a master's here in India, and then after they finish, or even after their first year, they can apply to our master's program. So basically 16 years of formal education. Either you enroll into a master's or do an internationally recognized PG diploma program from any of the Canadian colleges and then transfer to our masters at the university.
I hope, Nandini, you have your answer. So Prisha says, do we have to apply separately for a scholarship?
No,
or it will
we
be
don't have
included
to.
in the admission process only?
It is. They are automatic scholarships. You are automatically assessed for these scholarships. So as long as all your documents and application is into our systems, we will be assessing you for a scholarship. No separate applications required.
Yeah, thank you for the answer, Niharika. So we have a very long question from Aditi. She says, how does the co-op program happens? Is it like a 6-month studies and 6-month work? How do students easily switch between studies and work after every 6 months? And is it necessary to apply for this program while filling the application, or can it be opted while being in the university?
Sure. So how the co-op program works, Beth, do you want me to take the lead or you want to put in?
I can provide some general, whoops.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
I can provide some general information to get us started. Co-op is a wonderful opportunity because it alternates academic classroom time where you're developing the knowledge in terms of the theory, and then you alternate that with a work placement that allows you to put into practice what you've been learning in the classroom. And then you go back to the classroom with that to inform your learning, and that experience will inform your learning even further. So I have found that that is a wonderful opportunity for students to build one upon the other in terms of building blocks, and it allows the student to really develop their expertise from a theoretical standpoint at the same time that they're developing the actual practical skills that will be incredibly valued as they go on to pursue their their employment path. So that's one of the things that I would suggest. The other thing is co-op is paid employment. So it also allows the student to have the opportunity to financially move themselves forward as well. Niharika, does that get you started?
Definitely. Just to highlight in a layman's term, Aditi, the co-op, how does it work? Each year has 3 terms. So in the first year, you will have 2 academic terms, and the 3rd term would be reserved for your assessments, your examinations, and your holidays. So there is a summer break that you will have in the first year. Starting from the 2nd year, when you choose your specialization in the faculty that you are studying in, you will be doing at least a term of co-op each year. So 2 academic terms and 1 co-op term is how it works. And everything else, the benefits we've already highlighted before. So it is, you're not going to be switching on and off between co-ops and academics. It will be a smooth process. It is going to add value to whatever you are learning in that particular year in your academics. So the co-ops will be related to the kind of specialization that you are doing in that particular year. Hope that answers your question, Aditi.
Yeah, definitely, I guess. So moving on to the next question, Vedant says, how many extracurricular activities are there at the university?
More than 200 clubs and societies to choose from, Vedant. So you can do anything that you feel like. You can be a part of more than one, two, or three clubs and societies while you are studying with us. But I would suggest that you have gone for your academics. So pay attention to your academics. And whenever you have time, you can get associated with a society related to athletics, to music, theater, whatever you're interested. So there is no bar in taking as many activities as possible, but your first and foremost concentration should be on your academics. I'm speaking like a mother now. Sorry.
As far as you can balance both.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So next question. Abha says, what is the total cost for 1 year at Windsor? And I will add to this question, what will be the cost of living in Canada?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, depending on the faculty that you choose, Abha, your tuition fee will range between 28,000 Canadian dollars per annum to 38 or 37,000 Canadian dollars per annum. So, for example, the arts and humanities faculty will have a lesser tuition fee per annum, whereas the commerce or the engineering one will have a higher tuition fee. There is a fee estimator on our website. That is a very good tool that can give you an approximate idea of what is the breakup between the tuition fee and the residences, the accommodations that are provided at the university. On an average, 8 to 10,000 Canadian dollars for our international students per year, as far as the accommodation on campus is concerned. There are students who decide to stay off campus, so it can be slightly lesser than the 8 to 10,000 that you spent on campus. But again, the facilities will be different from what you get on campus. Another note or point that I wanted to add here is all international students, undergrad level, whoever is going, they are guaranteed a spot in our accommodation services. So when you have applied to the university as an international student at the undergrad level, you are guaranteed a space on our accommodation services.
Okay, and I hope you have your answer, Abha. So Manav says, do we have to give some sort of test or interview for scholarship?
Nope, not required. Academic, it is based on academic merit completely.
So next up is Anandi. She says, can I choose a medicine course in Canada? If yes, then how many years will it take to complete the course and what's the fee?
Beth, do you want to answer that question?
Sure. So the University of Windsor does not have a medical program for becoming a physician. But we provide all of the academic preparation in order to be eligible for a medical program that would be housed at another institution. We are actually a partner with Western University and house on our campus their regional site for Southwestern Ontario. So in terms of our Faculty of Science, there would be any number of majors that you could take that would help lay the groundwork for you to be successful in accessing a medical program in Canada. Does that get you started, Niharika?
Yep. So getting into the medicine degrees is very competitive. So whenever you are applying, please keep that in mind. The first preference would always be the domestic students, and then there is a cap on international students in all the medical schools that we have across the provinces. Our university doesn't have a medical school per se, but you can start off with the programs in our Faculty of Science, choose the kind of modules that are required to clear that competitive exam, the MCAT exam that you need to give. Our academic advisors will help you. You need to sit down with them and just have a study plan or a map in place, study map in place, so that you can be successful in the MCAT examinations. But yes, they are very competitive, like it is in India or in any other country. Our medicine schools are very, very competitive, and they have a cap on international students.
So if I can just add to that, thank you, Niharika. One of the things that I would draw to your attention about the University of Windsor is when you're thinking about medicine, again, it is very competitive to get a spot. So you need to think backwards. What do I love to do? What do I love to study? Because you are more likely to be successful, academically in the areas of your true interest and passion. So when you're looking through our Faculty of Science, think about the majors that we offer and where your real passion exists. Also know that you can handpick the courses that will help to prepare you well for success in the medical programs, but also keep in mind that the nature of the studies at the University of Windsor is very personalized. Your student-faculty ratio in the Faculty of Science, for example, is very low, which means you'll get a great deal of attention from your professors. That will really aid your learning, and that will ideally help to elevate your grade point average and your success at the undergraduate level, which will be one factor that will play into your admission to medical school very significantly. So it's about the learning environment that we can offer, and I think we provide a very solid foundation.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you very much. So before moving on to our next question, as you were talking about competitive exams, so what role does the competitive exam that we do have in India play in the admission process at University of Windsor? Niharika? Nothing?
You're talking about the competitive exams like
Exams,
JEE.
yeah, SAT, JEE, any kind of exams that you're looking for? No? No special preference?
No, we don't look at SAT scores. They are not mandatory in Canadian universities. IELTS is the only requirement as far as external examinations are concerned. But
that too only for, I guess, visa process.
Yeah, if the students are coming, like most of the students here are from an IB school. So if you have had more than 4 years of education in an English medium school, an international school, then a letter from your counselor or from your school will help you in getting that exemption. But then again, it is a mandatory requirement for visa purposes. So it is always good to have an IELTS score in your kitty to be able to get through or sail smoothly in the entire process.
So I'll just take Abha's questions. She has 2 more questions. So one is the follow-up question to her IB requirements. She says, regarding the IB grade requirements, what is the recommended score for a presidential scholarship? And next question is, what is the student-faculty ratio for psychology course?
Specifically for courses, I'll go to the second question first. We don't have the student faculty ratio specifically for each of the programs, but on an average, it is 29:1. So at the university across the board, if you're looking at, so we try and maintain small class sizes so that you're able to take all the benefits from the professors that are teaching you, from the faculty. Moving on to the previous question about presidential scholarship, as I highlighted earlier, you need to have good scores. Students who are eligible or who have been successful in the past have had more than 28 IB points when you're looking at scholarships across the board. Presidential scholarship, because it is a very prestigious one, very competitive, and only a couple to give out, you will need to have at least 34 and above if you want to, hit that bracket.
Thank you, Niharika. So students, if you have more questions, please feel free to put your questions in Q&A box. So if not, so this will be our last question for this session. Manav says, can I manage my finances for undergraduate in Canada by doing a part-time job?
Nope. You cannot manage your tuition fees with the part-time job. See, as a counselor or as a representative of a university, I always ask my students to concentrate on their studies. Part-time job is just something extra, a pocket money you can add, but you cannot rely on that earning from a part-time job. It is just for working over the weekends. You have a few hours and you want to get that experience, you can do part-time work, but that is not going to earn you a lot. I mean, you're not going to have a very hefty package in those part-time jobs. The minimum wage is around $14 per hour. So generally it is in the range of $14 to $18 per hour. So it is not going to really support you, but it is just some extra pocket money that you can have. You want to go out for a movie, you want to visit a few places around, you can save some money from that part-time job and do that. You can explore Canada, you can explore Ontario with that, the province with that, but you cannot support your studies. Co-ops, the kind of salaries that we give out in co-ops is in the range of 2 to 3,000 Canadian dollars per term. So on an average, the students can earn around 10 to 11,000 Canadian dollars for the 3 terms of co-ops that they can get into in a 4-year degree. That can support part of your living expenses, but not the tuition fees. So tuition fees is something that you will have to cater to from the word go.
Mhm. So there's one more question that has come up. Are there any research opportunities available to students where they could collaborate with professors to produce a paper?
Oh, definitely. Beth, you want to highlight
Oh,
something?
sure, absolutely. Having the opportunity to engage in research right at the undergraduate level is very much a signature part of the University of Windsor student experience. And again, that sets a student apart when you're looking to go on to graduate studies or professional studies. Being able to collaborate very early on, even sometimes in your first year, is really one way to set yourself apart. And I think across all of our faculties, there's active research going on, and it's not just the graduate students that are invited into participating. So I think there's lots to explore there. Outstanding scholars, Niharika, other things that you want to chat about?
Definitely. So there are plenty of opportunities that you can get into while you are in the undergrad degree. There is an outstanding scholars initiative that we have for our undergrad student. So if you're research oriented, you will be able to submit an application for the outstanding scholars initiative, and you will get some amount every year if you're successful. Obviously there is competition there too, so you are competing. Your idea has to be innovative, you need to impress the people who are assessing you. So with an innovative idea of research in your mind, you can apply to the outstanding scholarship scholars initiative that we have. And if you're successful starting from your second year, there will be an amount dedicated for that particular scholarship that you will get, and you can carry out your research. So that is something that starts from the undergraduate level itself. And we try and motivate students to apply for that. I have had a couple of students applying for that particular award in the last year. So definitely there is a chance if you have a very good and innovative research idea in mind.
Thank you,
The other
Niharika.
thing I would add to
Yeah.
that is it provides a wonderful opportunity for mentorship with a professor and within a research team. So not only will your research experience at the undergraduate level allow you to work alongside a professor and gain a glimpse into what that experience is going to be like, you'll also have a chance typically to be a part of a group that may include graduate students. And you'll see firsthand what that level of education and research looks like. Through experience, you'll be in a much better position when it's time for you to apply for those.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, so we'll just move on to the last question for the session. So Pari Khanna says, for admissions, can we get a breakup for our weightages for academics, profile, and external exams? I don't know what external exams means here.
There is no weightage actually, or a breakup of weightage given. The entry or the qualification that we look at is your academic merit. So each faculty has an academic requirement. If you meet that academic requirement, you should be able to get an offer. So there is no breakup. We are not looking at any external examinations apart from the IELTS. So 6.5 IELTS overall score with nothing less than 6 in each subset. is the minimum requirement for most of our programs. Some of our management master's level programs have a higher IELTS requirement, but the others don't. So the focus is always on academic merit when we are assessing an application.
Thank you, Niharika. Thank you very much. I hope we have answered all your queries, and I can see another question has popped up.
Nice.
So they don't want to let us go. So
no, we don't want to go. We want to clear all
We're having
their doubts.
fun. We are enjoying ourselves. Thank you.
Abba says, is there a number of candidates that can get a presidential scholarship?
For international students? Sorry, Beth, you were saying something.
No, I don't know. I'm hoping that you can answer the question.
It is, as Abha, as we mentioned earlier, it is competitive. There is no assigned number of international students who can apply and be successful. But definitely, if you have a good score in your 10th and 12th, if you can highlight things in your application, then definitely we will be able to assess you.
Okay, but there will be a fixed number how many students will definitely get that?
In the past, we've not had more than 2 or 3 international students getting that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I hope, Abha, you have got all your... Yeah, definitely. So, Abha, I guess we have answered all your queries. All the students, and thank you all the counselors who have joined us today. And I hope Beth and Niharika, you have enjoyed the session. And
Very much.
Yeah, so I would like
thank
to
you for organizing it, Almas. Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you, Niharika, for giving us the opportunity to organize it for you. And
pleasure.
This is goodbye from us. I can see another question has popped up now.
No problem, we'll take that.
Abba doesn't want to leave.
That's okay. We are here for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So she says, also, do you look at things such as recommendation letters, extracurricular achievements, etc.?
Yeah. Sorry,
can I jump in here?
Yeah, sure.
So one of the things that we didn't talk about is we have most of our scholarships are offered automatically based on your academic experiences, and Niharika has outlined that for you. But we do have another layer of scholarships that are opened up in the springtime for application. The deadline is typically around the middle of April, and those awards may involve things like reference letters. They may involve support that tells us the kinds of things that you've been successful in addition to your academics. So have you been a leader in your school or in your community? Have you invested your time in different ways and shown success in different ways? Those kinds of scholarships do come up, and you may apply for those, and we encourage you to apply for them. So what I would say, my message would be, please don't hesitate. Please don't stop doing the many things that you're doing to enrich your experiences now. They will yield some dividends later on, and they're really important.
Yeah, a recommendation letter from your counselor would also help. So anything extracurricular to add to your academics will definitely help you in getting the higher or the coveted scholarships that we have on offer.
Okay. So Abha, I hope we have answered all your queries, and if you have more questions, you can definitely put it in Q&A box. We'll wait for 2 minutes for you. And we also have few students who are coming in late. You can actually see the recorded version on our Facebook page.
So Beth, you will be popular on the Indian social media tonight.
Oh no. You know what? I just want to say thank you for organizing this and for leading the show, Niharika and Alma. It's been a pleasure. I don't get to do this very often, so this has been fun. I hope I've covered what you've been looking for. If not, I really encourage any of you to follow up with us directly. Niharika knows absolutely everything there is to know about the University of Windsor, and she's got a wonderful team behind her on campus who are ready to help. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you. Definitely Niharika knows everything, so you can definitely contact her. There are her email address and phone number. So This is goodbye from us. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and stay healthy, everyone.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And
everybody.
thank you,
Stay
everyone, for
safe.
joining us.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye for now.